Yo, what's going on guys, it's Tom, welcome back to a brand new video, and this is episode number 15 of my F1 2015 Full House series. And as you can see, we are here at the Russian Grand Prix, and so far going into this race, I'm going to do a little spoiler, so you guys want to click off the video now, but right now we're on the championship after the last race at Japan, after having a really good result as Sergio Perez in the Force India, getting the race win, and hopefully we can try and continue on that form. Right now, as you can see, we're in the Toro Rosso driving as Max Verstappen here at Sochi, so we've got our work cut out. The Toro Rosso really isn't that good of a car compared to other cars around me, and the actual game itself is nowhere near as good as what the 2015 car was, so we're going to have a little bit of work cut out here to try and get a good result, but I feel like I can do it, and I'm really looking forward to this race, so we're going to jump straight into it here and not faff around. But if you haven't missed any previous episodes, then check the link down below in the description. But here we go then, we gear up to 5 red lights, and the Russian Grand Prix, I was going to say Australian Grand Prix for some reason, but the Russian Grand Prix is underway as we put our brake bars into the front, and that's just a case of negotiating our way into turn number 2, aka what most people call turn 1, and just going to go up the inside a couple of cars here without getting any contact, taking it nice and easy. Wanted to keep our front wing intact, which is exactly what we're going to do as we go through turns 3 now into turn number 4, which is a fantastic corner, one of the best corner on the track for me. Just go swooping around the outside, and we overtake 3 or 4 cars there, and then that actually becomes the inside as we go for a move up the inside of Felipe Nasr there. So we definitely made up like quite a fair few positions, including our teammates. So we went from like 18th to 13th, so some really good overtaking there from us, and we're almost within touching distance of the top 10 and some points as we skip later on. And as you can see, we're on the back of Marcus Ericsson now, and we're going to get a level switchback line out the exit of that right hander there, which is going to allow us to get alongside Ericsson almost, and we're just going to go clean around the outside on traction and just pure grip on these super soft tyres and make the move there on the Swedish driver. And we're up in the P12, and later on the end of lap number 1, we're going to get a nice little run on Grosjean here. And can we possibly have a look at the inside? No, we can't. Grosjean much better on the brakes than us there, so I'm just going to pace ourselves here and set up Grosjean for a move possibly later on this lap. So obviously DRS is not enabled yet, so we're going to have to wait a little bit longer here for a possible move on Grosjean, but Ericsson is not going to attack us, which is good. And obviously bear in mind, this Toro Rosso does have a Renault engine, so we're going to be quite slow in a straight line, so we need all the slipstream we can get. And here we go then on the exit of turn number 3 to turn number 4. Once again, we're going to try and go around the outside of Grosjean. Can we make it stick? We're going back in for a second helping of slipstream, and this time we do get the move done, and then we take the inside line through turn 5, and it is a simple textbook move there on the Frenchman. And skipping later on that particular lap, we're on the back of his teammate, the infamous Pastor Maldonado, and once again, like I said, DRS not enabled yet. We've got to wait until we cross the line, so we're going to pick up some slipstream for now, and we're actually going to beat Maldonado straight on speed. And we're going to get past him just before the braking zone, but Maldonado is better on the actual brakes themselves, and he's going to try and come alongside us, but we're going to get the better traction under the bridge, and we're going to take that position, and then we're going to go into the points for the first time this race. So a really good start to the race so far, and making our way through the field quite nicely as the clouds start to disappear here at Sochi. And skipping later on lap number 3, DRS has been now enabled, and we did pick up some DRS from Kvyat. And now going through turn 4, we're going to try and go around the outside, which will then become the inside on the Russian in his home race, and we do pick him off there, making a nice simple move up the inside, and almost Kvyat tried to turn into us, but we just wasn't having it a bit. We tried to give him a good old reminder that we're still there. And later on that lap, we're on the back of Perez, who was holding Kvyat up, and this obviously now the DRS is enabled, so we can easily make a move here on the Mexican, and we're going to get him before the braking zone. But similar to Maldonado, Perez comes back at us on the brakes, but we're going to hang it around the outside, exact same move as we did on Maldonado 1 lap ago, and we're going to take P8, and it's a fantastic move there on the Mexican. And on the very next lap, as you can see ahead of us, we've got a cloud of smoke, and it's actually Daniel Ricciardo who's gone off, and looks like he's out of the race. He's had an engine failure of sorts, and that is his race over. So last race, Danny Kvyat was the one who retired with an engine failure, and this time it's Ricciardo, so a double DNF for Red Bull in 2 races, so unfortunate for them, but obviously the Renault power unit really not serving them well. And meanwhile, we've just overtaken Felipe Massa, and now we're on the back of his teammate Valtteri Bottas, and we're also getting near to the pit stop phase, so it's getting to crunch time now, and we really do need to make these next laps count as we get a lovely little switchback on Valtteri Bottas there. Absolutely fantastic switchback there on the Finnish driver, and we're going to go up the inside and make the move on the Finnish driver. But if you guys love that, then put hashtag switchback in the comments. Lets me know that you're watching up to this point. But here we go then. Like I said at the start of this, just at the start of this overtake, it is now getting to crunch time because of the pit stops, and here we go then. We're coming in for our first stop of the race. Bottas stays out for one more lap, but Massa comes in behind us, and we should be okay here. We shouldn't have any traffic problems, and we should have a fairly easy pit stop, and there's no one to disturb us or hold the lollipop down. So we're just going to go into another set of super soft tyres for now, and then we're going to eventually go into the softs for the final stint of the race. But now it's starting to get to a bit of a tricky place now, because the cars that we've got ahead of us are obviously both Mercedes and both Ferraris, so we've got our work cut out, and it's going to be really hard to try and match these guys for pace, so we're going to have to try and push as much as we can. And as you can see, we need the pits there, and we've actually rejoined in front of Nico Rosberg, so Rosberg must have gone for an early pit stop, and they went for the undercut and it backfired, and we actually managed to come out ahead of Rosberg, so that's incredible there. And we managed to overtake Mercedes over knowing. And right now on the right hand side, as you can see, we've got Kimi Räikkönen there, who's coming out of the pit lane, and we managed to get an undercut on him. As you can see, we're going to get past him before the second corner, so we are going to get Räikkönen as well. So in a shock freak of events, we're actually overtaking a Ferrari and a Mercedes, so absolutely incredible scenes here, and something that I did not expect one bit. But we're currently in third place, in a net third place somehow. However, Kimi's going to demote us back down to full for the time being with some DRS down the back straight, as you can see, overtaking us into the braking zone, and we're not going to have none of it, and we're going to try and fight back straight away, because this third place is crucial for us, especially because I think Lewis Hamilton, I believe, is leading the race, because I just saw before Vettel was in second. So right now Lewis is in first, so we need to limit the damage in the World Championship. As you can see now, we've got the DRS on Kimi Räikkönen as we go to the inside for the second corner. Can we make the move stick? Yes, we can. Räikkönen runs out really wide, we squeeze him out, and we make the move, and we retake P3, and nothing else happened that entire steer. We managed to pull away from Räikkönen and actually catch Vettel quite a fair bit, but not enough, because the tyres started to go off, and we really started to struggle at the end. So we're going to the pit lane, literally responding to Sebastian Vettel to not lose any time. So we're going to go into the fresh tyres just like he does, and we're going to go into the yellow wall softs, which are obviously the harder of the two compounds here at Sochi. And it was a pretty decent pit stop there, a 3.8 actually, so no, a bit of a slow one actually. So for some reason Toro Rosso must have had a bit of a poor pit stop, but Rosberg says the first lap of the race, but he's far behind us though. He's much farther than before, and I don't know what's happened to Rosberg, but his strategy has been absolutely just diabolical. And here we go then, skipping later on to lap number 18. We've got a couple of cars in the pit lane, including Kimi Räikkönen, and we're actually going to get a nice little undercut on him, and again quite a fair bit of time. But now this is where it gets exciting, because we've caught up to Sebastian Vettel. We've used up all of our rich mix in those couple of laps, and we've got nothing left in the tank, just enough to try and pull off a move on Vettel here. So here we go, this is crunch time. As you see, the DRS is wide open. We're going to go to the outside, do a little dummy, and then switch to the outside. As we go around the outside into the braking zone, can we make the move stick, which will then become the inside. Vettel was still on our outside there, but we're going to get the better traction, and we're going to take P2. So really good racing so far here, and this race is really unfolding just absolutely perfectly for us. However, Sebastian Vettel isn't going to take it lightly, and as you can see, skipping later on, exactly one lap later, onto the same point, Vettel is straight back on the back of us with some DRS, and the Ferrari is stupidly fast in a straight line, and I can't match him. So Vettel's going to go up the inside here. I'm going to try and hang around the outside, and we managed to make it stick. So for now, we're keeping Sebastian Vettel behind us, and this is pretty much the theme of the next couple of laps. So Vettel could not match me down the pit straight for some reason, but on this back straight, he's much closer. Obviously, his Ferrari works better than Toro Rosso in the middle sector, and we really struggle to just find pace in the middle sector. And here we go then. Vettel once again flies past us with DRS like I'm not even there, just absolutely breezes past, but we're not going to let it go just yet, and we're going to try and go for a little switchback once again here, getting a lovely little exit out of the left-hander there. And can we possibly line it up for a move here up the inside of his next corner? Yes, we can, just about keeping it within track limits and making the move there on Vettel, and re-overtaking him once again, and absolutely defending for our lives at this point for second place, because these 18 points will be absolutely crucial for us in the World Championship, and we really need to get as many points as possible. So here we go, and once again Vettel, usual, he's coming back out with some DRS, he's flying past. This time he's not as far ahead as normal. I want to try and go around the outside, running a little bit deep, lock up the front right, and that allows Vettel to re-overtake me now. So I've lost another position, so we need to try and get Vettel back if we can. Obviously now the tyres are starting to wear out a little bit, which isn't good, and the grip is starting to run a little bit thin on these soft tyres, but we're going to get a beautiful exit out of that right hander, which puts us right on Vettel's gearbox here, and we're going to try and line up for a move here up the inside of the penultimate corner, just about. A little bit of a squeeze there, squeezing Vettel right out, but we do get the move done. Job done there, and we retake P2, and Lewis is just miles up the road. He's 10.4 seconds ahead, but here we go then, down the pit straight. Vettel is much closer than any other lap. He's 6 tenths behind us, and now the DRS opens right there, and here comes Vettel. He is an absolute bullet in a straight line. Here he goes, he's flying past me. I'm going to give him a good old squeeze to the inside. I'm going to pull to the outside and then get a perfect switchback on it, just like that. Absolute textbook stuff there. Absolutely beautiful switchback, the best one, even better than the one I did before. So hashtag switchback in the comments, like I said. And here we go then. We're retaking second place, but Vettel once again is not letting it go. Here he comes with DRS once again into the braking zone. Is he going to make it stick this time? He locks up on the front left. We're going to get a lovely little switchback on him again, and then going to try and hang around the outside, but Vettel just shuts us off there and ruins the momentum on the exit of the corner. And this time Vettel has stayed ahead, so Vettel for now has the position, which is crucial for him, but we really do want to get Vettel back if possible. And once again, we're on the back of him. Can we overtake him? This is the same place as last lap. No, we can't. Vettel still there, but we did a much better run through the penultimate corner there, and we're actually going to take him up the inside of the final corner instead, and we're going to retake P2 once again, and we actually put Vettel really wide on the exit of that corner there, which cost him DRS, and that was actually the last move of the race as we come through the final corner, and we're going to take a massive 18 points, and second place behind Lewis Hamilton, and Sebastian Vettel takes third place on the final step of the podium. So a fantastic result there from us. Some really good defensive driving in my opinion. Just about keeping on the edge for in terms of how legal it was. Wasn't pushed defending too hard, but it's some really fun racing there and a really entertaining race to record and also commentate on. And hopefully you guys did enjoy the action. That was really fun, like I said, and they really just did bring the race a lot because I just cut through the field so quickly at the start of the race that there was no battling going on, and that middle stint was so poor, but lucky enough that final stint really did make it worth it, and Russia was just a really fun race to record. But now we're going to look at the final standings of the race to see how everything shapes up, and looking at the final results, speaking of the devil, as you can see, Raikkonen followed up the top three with 4th place, and then Nico Rosberg down in 5th place once again, so a disappointing result for him, with Valtteri Bottas and then Felipe Massa in 6th and 7th, and then Danny Kvyat in his home race in 8th place, with Sergio Perez way down in 9th, and then Roman Grosjean finishing in 10th, rounding off the point scoring position. So a pretty interesting top 10 there, and our teammate Carlos Sainz finishing way down in P17, getting lapped as well, so a poor race from him. He must have had some sort of incident, but overall it's been a really solid race here at Sochi. Obviously Lewis Hamilton is going to gain a few points, and 7 points to be exact, so we're going to see how that shapes up in the Drivers' Championship. But overall, that's the best I could hope for this race. I was never going to catch Lewis, he was way too fast. So we're now going to move into the Drivers' Championship, and looking at the table here, we are only 2 points behind Lewis Hamilton, so Lewis has regained the championship lead, but he's only 2 points ahead of us, with Sebastian Vettel retaking 3rd place from Kimi Raikkonen, and then Kimi Raikkonen in 4th place with Rosberg in 5th. So that top 5 is pretty solid there, with both Williams in 6th and 7th, with Daniel Ricciardo in 8th, Danny Kvyat in 9th, and then finally Sergio Perez in 10th, rounding out the top 10. So yeah guys, that's been the Russian Grand Prix for Full House. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do smash that like button. If we could hit 80 likes, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And yeah guys, that's about for this video. If you want to follow me on Twitter, there's a link down below in the description at Toro-Rosso, which I really recommend you guys go do. And also, if you're new around here, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, as I'm closing in on 3,000 subscribers. But nevertheless guys, I'm at Toro-Rosso, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.